Hello, I decided to start a video series on Python for beginners. So Python is a programming language that is becoming very popular these days, especially with everybody are talking about machine learning. So if you don't know where to start, then this video is for you. So by default, most operating systems don't have Python installed on them, which means they don't understand Python code. So in order to check to find out if you have Python installed, go ahead and open the terminal of your computer. In Windows, you can just open CMD or command prompt. Other operating systems also have terminals like this. So open that up and type Python -- version. And click enter. If you don't have Python installed, then you'll get an error that Python was not found. So right now I don't have Python installed. So to install it, go to the python.org and in the downloads section, download the latest version available for your operating system. And after that, you can go ahead and install that. If you are a Windows user, then make sure to check add python.exe to path and then go ahead and install. So once you finished installing Python, you can go back to the terminal and I'm going to open it one more time and I'm going to type Python -- version, and when I hit enter, it will give me the version of the Python that is installed on this operating system. Now that we have Python installed, our computer can understand Python code. So before we get into the Python code, let's talk about file extensions. I don't know how familiar you are with the file extensions, but in all operating systems, we have different extensions for different files. For example, for images, we have PNG or JPG and other formats, and for videos, we have formats like MP4. Python scripts have Py extension. That is py. So in order to create a Python script, we can simply just create a text file with py extension. So for example, let's take a look at this file right here. So as you can see, the extension of this file is hidden. So if you can't see the extension of the files in your operating systems, if you are a Windows user, you can simply just search folder options, and inside the folder options, in the view, you can uncheck hide extensions for known file types. So if I uncheck that and click OK, now the extension of every file is visible for me. If you are a Mac user, let's take a look at the Apple documentation on how to show or hide file name extensions. So this is, as you can see, for one file, and this is for all files. So I'm gonna put the link in the description so you can go ahead and read that. Now let's go back to our Python script. So to create a Python script, I can simply go ahead and create a new text file, and let's name it app or any name you want, it doesn't matter. And for the extension, as I mentioned before, we should change it to py. So now this is going to be a Python script. Now, in order to edit this script, we can simply just use the Windows default text editor. That's the simplest way you could do that. But I don't recommend that because there is a lot of softwares out there that you could use them to increase your productivity. They will provide you a lot of options and they make your work a lot easier. Let's take a look at a couple of these options. Well, the first one and the most popular one is PyCharm. You can just simply go to the jetbrains.com and download the PyCharm Community Edition, which is free. You can download it for different operating systems. And there is another tool that you could use is Visual Studio Code. It is also available for multiple platforms. For now, I'm just going to use the Windows default text editor. So open this up with your default text editor or any software that can edit text files. I'm just going to use Notepad. And now you can write your Python code here. So Python has a few built-in functions, which means that you can write those functions without referencing any other libraries or modules. So let's take a look at this built-in functions. I'm going to go to the python.org documentation, and here is the list of the built-in functions. So as you can see, there's a bunch of them here. One of the most basic ones is print. So we're going to use print to output a text in our console. So let's take a look. Here is the details about print. So let's go ahead and actually use the print function here in our first Python script. So I'm going to say print, and note that all the characters are in lowercase. Then I'm going to open and close the parentheses. So the text that we want to print in our console should be here. So in Python, we refer to text as string. A string is basically a sequence of characters. So whenever you want to write a string, you need to put it inside single quotations or double quotations. So that is a single quotation, that is another one, and you can write the text here, or you could use double quotation like this and put your text here. Either way works. So let's say, hello world, I'm learning Python. So that's it. I'm just gonna save this. Now that we have written our code, you might ask how we can run this and how we could use this. So the simplest way to run a Python script is to run Python command in your terminal, followed by the path to that Python script. So let's test this actually. I am going to run this app.py. In order to do that, let's open the terminal. And as I mentioned, we can just simply call Python followed by the path to that file. So let's write Python, and we also need the path to this file. So in Windows, you can just simply right click on any file and hit properties. And in the general tab, it gives you the location of that file. So if you are a Mac user, let's go and take a look at the Apple documentation. I'm going to put this link in the description so you could learn how to get the path to a file. So once you got the path, in my case, it's in my desktop. So I'm going to copy the path. Let's paste it here. Now I'm going to add app.py. So this is Python followed by the location of my file. I'm going to hit enter and it's going to print hello world. I am learning Python. Of course, this is not a very efficient way to edit Python scripts and run Python scripts. As I mentioned, there are softwares that you could use, and as your project grows and you have a lot of scripts in your project, you need to maintain control and organize your files, and it's a lot easier if you use an advanced code editor. So in the future videos of this series, we will going to install and use one of those code editors. So this was just the basics. We're gonna get into more details in the next videos. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.